Well, a very good evening to everybody out there, and it's a pleasure to have you listening to my show, All Sorts of Odd Socks. This evening we have got David in the studio, and he says hello to everybody, and actually he can say it himself. Off you go then.
Good evening, guys. How are you all? Hope you're all well.
I forgot he had actually got a voice of his own. It's me, you know what I'm like. I just talk and you can't shut me up. Well, I got some good news today. I could actually do things before I came into the studio. As you all know, I do suffer with anxiety quite a bit, and up until now, Thursday's been a bit of a dead day for me because anxiety's been so high. But this morning I went out and changed the battery round on a van, and we also went to the allotment. I will talk about the allotment a little later on in the programme. And also I did some painting. I'll tell you about that in a little while as well. And please feel free to go into the chat forum on Omnium Radio, and you can ask me a question. You can have a dedication for somebody. If it's someone's birthday, you can ask me to sing. No, not ask me to sing. Do not ask me to sing happy birthday. But I'm sure I can actually find a song with happy birthday on it. So feel free to do that. I must admit, this evening I'm sat here nice and relaxed straight away. Normally I'm here thinking, oh dear, here we go. I'll get all nervous and everything else. But this evening I feel absolutely great, and this is why I do this radio show, is to try and fight this anxiety, and it seems to be working. So I am going to play, I think I played Living on a Prayer just now. We are going to play When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Gets Going by Billy Ocean.
You're listening to Omnium Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
You sure are. And just look at the traffic report a minute. So if you are travelling out and around in Plymouth, the A38 is looking very busy on the way down to the Saltash Bridge. It's right back to Crown Hill, and also on the other side it's back to Carkeel. So I'm not sure what's happening there. I just think it's probably volume of traffic, but it seems to be a bit late for that sort of traffic, and that sort is really bad in Plymouth. Had a little look. I thought I'd warn any of you travelling around, because there could be a few. Anyway, David, how are you feeling this week? Because last week you weren't feeling too brilliant, but this week I think you're back on top of the world again.
Yeah, as once a group said, I'm on top of the world at the moment. You know, I'm feeling okay at the moment. Everything's going okay, and I've got so many people. I'm going in the right track. That's all I'm just gonna say. And it's a pleasure again to be the guest of Odd Socks.
So you could say you're walking on sunshine then.
Yeah, definitely.
So the next one we're going to have is Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to that. Walking on Sunshine. The weather certainly has been absolutely splendid the last 2 weeks. In fact, you could say it's even got a little bit too dry. I know I was doing a little digging up the allotment earlier on today, and it was nearly too dry to dig. The ground was fairly hard, and I'm hoping to get some parsnips and some beetroot and a few other things in before it rains on Saturday. So I'll be watching the forecast fairly carefully from now until it rains, and try and get the seeds in about 3 or 4 hours before it rains. Because if I had sown them a couple of weeks ago, they would have still been in the ground now. I actually watered my onions earlier on today. They were suffering a little bit of drought. So hopefully we do get a bit of moisture and a lot more sun. Oh, talking about sun, had a bit of a problem with my solar this week. What day was it? Was it probably Sunday? I think it was Sunday or no, it was Sunday. And I thought, that's funny. I can't hear anything working. So I looked at the screen, and I was producing no solar. So panic stations. And I thought, God, that's going to cost me some money, because obviously parts cost money, and also the lack of producer electric, I will lose money. So anyway, I done a bit of investigation, and the inverter had blown up. So I purchased another inverter, and we got that put in, and found there's too many volts coming down from the solar. So we had to take off 2 panels, not take them off, but disconnect them, and now my solar is working 80%. So next week, when I can get a mate around, I will put the other 2 panels in commission, and we'll be firing on all 10 solar panels. Because myself and my wife, we do like to try and do our bit to save the CO2. We've had the solar for some time now, and we must have saved an awful lot of CO2 into the atmosphere, and also saved a bit of money as well. Well, we'll come back to a few things in a minute, but don't forget, you can come on in the chat and just ask for a song, or you can talk about what's on your mind, if we can share it to the world. And a problem shared is often a problem solved, as David had found out last week, and he's back on top form.
Yep.
So we are now gonna play "We Didn't Start a Fire" by Billy Joe.
You're listening to Omnium Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
Well, I was sat there thinking, what shall I talk about next? And as I was coming into the studio, I looked up and I saw this rather big building. I wonder, any of you out there know what the big building could be? If you know where the studio is, I'm sure you'll get it first time. The Palace Theatre. And I know there's been quite a bit of talk about the Palace Theatre in the recent weeks. And I'm just going to read a little bit from the Wikipedia, in case people do not know when it was built, etc. It's only a short little piece. The Palace Theatre is a disused theatre in Union Street, Plymouth, Devon, in the southwest of England. It opened in 1898 and as a music hall, but it was damaged by a fire only 3 months after opening, and was reopened in 1899 as a new Palace Theatre Varieties. In 1961 it was converted to a bingo hall, but later reverted to being a theatre and a palace theatre until 1983 it became the Academy Disco, and finally operated as a dance academy before before being closed after Class A drugs were found on the premises. And it's been closed ever since. So that's been closed for a very long time. I expect many of you actually listening were born after 1983 and have always seen it with the doors shut. I know it's certainly been damaged by water inside. I have seen some unofficial photographs of the interior, and if you look on the outside it does look a bit of a sorry state. So I just wish they would actually ideally bring it back to the way it was.
Apparently the owners of the Palace Theatre, it's owned by a gentleman, and the council have spoken to the gentleman. The gentleman's in prison for loads of things, but the council have spoken to him and said, look, can we take it off you, and can we do this, can we do that? And he's turned around and said no.
But I think what I've heard somewhere, I'm not sure how true this is, but this is only what I've heard, is that the owner of the Palace Theatre is not selling it. All to do with spite.
Yeah.
For what happened to him. Obviously, I don't know any details.
No.
I don't actually want to know any details.
Yeah.
But all we would like to see is that space either used or done up as it was ideally, I think that's what a lot of the older generation would like to see. But if you think we've got the housing crisis in Plymouth, and that could all be flats. Obviously, you have to flatten that, and it would be a massive shame if that happened, because I look at it and think, oh, that must have looked splendid back in the day.
I could never see the Palace Theatre being out flats or anything. It would be so sad to lose it to have flats put on the top of it, and demolish it and get rid of it.
Yeah, because I can remember as sort of teenager, used to go up through Union Street, and it was absolutely packed with people. But now that's all gone. Only just last week, I think, my wife mentioned to me she remembers this all being busy, but now it's all sort of disappeared, and it's probably all gone up to the Barbican. But I was told the Barbican was always quite busy anyway.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually manage to get to the Barbican a few weeks ago to Harry's 60th birthday. 60th!
Wow.
I can remember when he was the idea of grasshopper. And yeah, I was very young then though.
Has he not been given his knighthood yet?
No, you never get that. Really. Absolutely no chance of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually just looked at the heading. We didn't start a fire, and it probably wasn't the best thing to talk about Palace Theatre just after that. So yeah, it's only burnt down once, and there was a fire, wasn't there? Not very far away from the Palace Theatre.
Yeah, just down near the KFC there a couple of weeks back.
So yeah. Anyway, let's hopefully something will happen to the building. Hopefully it will be. Oh, pardon me. That's after my kind of drink, and hopefully it will be put back to as it was or similar.
Hopefully it'll be the headquarters of Jana and Omnium Radio.
Oh, you never know.
Yeah.
You might all move in there. So yeah, Trace, if you're listening, if you could move us across there, but make sure you do it all up first. It cost you several £1 million.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough about the Palace Theatre. It just I just thought I'd have a little look into that and give mine and David's views upon the building. But I am going to actually fly the drone up and around there at some point. I think Harry's done a drone footage of there. I'm sure he has. I'm sure I saw a YouTube about it. So if you type in Harry Chanter, and you can have a little look. And a bit later on, you'll be type in all sorts of odd socks. That's my YouTube channel, and you can listen to this radio show. It goes live on Friday evening normally, if I get enough time to edit the show. Right, we are going over to Elton John and Your Song. I must admit, Elton John's been around for years and years. He was around when I was born, I think.
What a legend.
Yeah.
In music.
So, and he's seems to be getting better and better. But yeah, and very good stuff. Well, if any of you got any views on the Palace Theatre, drop them in the chat forum, or drop them if you're listening on YouTube. Drop them in the comments below, and share your opinion on what you think. That'll be enough about the Palace Theatre, and we are going to go straight into The Power of Love, Huey Lewis and the News. The problem in this studio, David is singing.
Yeah, I'm singing.
Oh dear.
It's like I'm having a party here, really.
I think part of my autism just don't like people singing, and like people blowing noses and that sort of thing. And my poor wife. Sorry, Rick, I gotta say this. She's gonna tell me off again. My poor wife's had sinusitis for a long time, poor girl. And I think it is improving slowly. I've not really asked her. Rika, send me a message. Is it improving? Fancy you live with somebody you just asked on the radio. But it's making David laugh, so that's amazing. If you can make David laugh, it's all good.
Yeah, I've had a real good day today. So, a good day. A good day is as I would normally say, and I know Mark don't like me saying football, but it's a good 3 points for me today. If I've been happy.
Well, yeah. But it's a long way
Yeah.
to recovery, though.
Yeah, definitely. It's not just going to be 1 minute thing. You're happy 1 minute, next minute you could be crying. So
Yeah.
it's just hopefully it's good that I'm happy at the moment and hopefully continue to be happy. But you with these things, you don't know what happens.
So we must remember, even though we're saying David's on top of the world and all that, he is for today,
Yeah.
and he knows it's going to take some time.
Mm.
So
Definitely.
it's very difficult about mental health to know what to say, because I may say something to David that will actually work the opposite way that I intended, and luckily David knows me well enough.
Of
that,
course.
we usually hear us three in myself, Harry, and David in next door on Jana.
How do I cope with the 2 chances? I don't know.
Dear. It's just, yeah. Harry says something and then I carry it on, and there's poor old David thinking, oh, I just heard that. So we must remember David's a lot younger than us, and I've just discovered if David's mum's listening, close your ears a second. I found out that David's mum is actually not much older than me. So that's not good, is it?
56.
Oh, I didn't say that. I would never say her age on the radio, because that would be asking for trouble. That would be, yeah, I'd probably be hated before I've even been met. So, yeah. But I must admit, David's mum sounds a very nice person. So,
She's wonderful.
if David's mum is listening, happy birthday for last Monday.
Yeah. You're old. No, joking.
The reason I know that is because David played you happy birthday on his show this afternoon. And I actually listened to his show for the whole 2 hours.
Wow. I didn't bore you then.
Well, I sort of got what was I doing? Oh, I was editing a few photographs that I took this morning. And that had a shower, so I took you in the shower. That doesn't sound right, does it?
No.
I took the iPad in the shower and I stuck it in the windowsill and I listened to David whilst I was having a shower, because I had to be clean to come in here. After painting and digging and all that, I probably wasn't smelling the best. So, wait, what are you saying there, David? Well, I did make a strange smell just now, and yeah, he fell to the floor, but never mind.
Poor Harry.
At least I shaved it. I saved it for my show. Right, what are we going to do now? Because I've been thrown completely. Because none of that was really planned.
I do have a request, and I would normally text on my mobile. But
Hang on. You can't have a request unless you send me a message.
Okay, I'll send you a message.
Send me a message so it comes up on my chat. I get all excited when I get the chats, because not many people send messages, and I see in the past there's not been that many messages either. So chat form is there to be used. So if you got a request, David, you can send me a little message in the chat forum. But whilst we're waiting for David to do a little bit of typing, we are going to listen to the, I can never pronounce this, can you pronounce that?
What one?
Madonna one, the Isa Bonita.
La la la.
No, we're actually no, you're completely wrong there.
No.
The Isa, no, La Isla Bonita. So everybody's all having a laugh now. There's 2 radio presenters in there that cannot even pronounce a Madonna one. That's a load of, isn't it?
Yep.
Right. Anyway, I'll play it now.
You're listening to Omnium Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
Just had a reply back from my dear wife Rika, and she says her issue of our sizes is not a lot better. So let's hopefully, Rika, you will feel a lot better soon, because if it's not very nice for me, just think it can't be very nice for you at all. So hopefully that will sort of heal up soon. She had a tooth out, it must be 9 months ago now, and it got infected, and that's what happened. And must have gone up to her nose. There you go, Rika, enough about your nose for this evening. She'll probably send me another message now to tell me to leave my nose out of it. So there you go. Right, well, I've had another request, and it's from somebody called David Marks. I'm not sure who he is.
I don't know who he is either.
Have you heard of David?
No, I haven't. Neither have I.
He's some sort of, I don't know what he is.
I don't know. Some radio
It's-
disc jockey.
It says, "Good evening, Mark. Could I have a Wuthering Height by Kate Bush? Place, as it is a very nice song. Something feeling good Thursday. Hashtag. I knew what it meant, but
Hashtag
So-
feeling good Thursday.
he's feeling good today. So hopefully, many more days feeling good.
Yep.
As I know, with anxiety, I get good days and bad days as well. Yep, the last couple of weeks I've had more bad days. But today's been fantastic, so there must be something in the air.
Yep.
As I said earlier, I was actually able to function before I came into the studio. And that has never happened before. So I'm not sure how many times sort of... David, leave that microphone alone. He just can't help playing with his microphone. Next time he plays his microphone, I'll have to give him a slap. A beach here, come on. Well, I've used 2 buttons, I have, and I've used them correctly. Actually, I'm using three buttons
Yeah.
this evening, and that's the 3 I shall be using. Because you get confused after 3. And if you get to 5, you run out of fingers and thumbs on one hand. Well, we are going to play. You can introduce this one, David.
This is a bit of Kate Bush with Wuthering Heights.
Omnium Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
I've just had a very quick look on the traffic, and it looks as there's a road closure on the Parkway. I'm not sure. Hang on, it says no. It's okay. Lane closure on the 10th of April at 8 o'clock. That's today. So there's a lane closure, actually a road closure on the Parkway. At least get it right, Mark. And that's this evening from 8 o'clock. And I actually thought the road was closed for a minute due to an accident or something, but it's not. I had a little more of a look in. I'm not sure what's happening down on the Parkway there. Must be some roadworks or something. I can't find out, but as long as you know it's closed from 8 o'clock this evening in an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can find out all sorts of things here. Like before I left home this evening, I had a look on the traffic map to see the best way to come in. And it was fairly clear all the way in. We left about 10 past, quarter past 4, expecting to be a lot of traffic. But if we left at about 10 to 5, 10 past 5, like we normally do, we get an awful lot of traffic. Like I said last week, when Harry's reading at the traffic, he's got an awful lot to read out. At least with me is not an awful lot, just mainly roadworks. And I will look into that in a minute to see what's going on along the embankment. Well, my next one I am going to dedicate to my dear wife. So Rika, Hold Me Closer by Aaron John. I've just received a update on the roads from my brother. He's in there now. There's only one lane closed. That's one lane closed on the A38. So if you are travelling down the Parkway, have a little look on the traffic report, and you will see for yourself on what is going on down there. And when I went up to see my brother, actually he came down to me. He came down to me the other evening. So good evening, Richard. And he asked me to play Oasis Wonderwall. So here we are. Right, got a little cough. It always happens when you turn the mic up. It's yeah, a crisp went down the wrong way. So hopefully I will survive. I've just heard from my brother that little Jacob, that's my little nephew, who just had a little operation. He's 90% better. So well done there, Jacob, and hopefully we'll be seeing you very soon. And hopefully you'll be 100% better in a couple of days' time. So this one is for my little Rocket Man, little Jacob, and this is Rocket Man by Elton John.
You're listening to Omnium Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
In a moment or two, I'm going to say a little bit to Jacob in a moment after the weather. Well, this evening is going to get down to about 6 degrees, about 5 degrees in fact, by the early hours of the morning. And the sun will come out bright again tomorrow for the whole day, and it will rise up to about 16, 17 degrees tomorrow. So no rain for the allotment tomorrow. And the wind is light, but it is actually getting a bit more windy in the afternoon. So any drone flying, do it in the morning, not in the afternoon. Right, my little Jacob. I hope he's been a good boy this evening. He normally is actually quite a good little chap. He's very rarely miserable unless the TV goes off and even wants to watch something. But he does enjoy his outside life as well, which is pretty good. So seeing you're the best at the moment, Jacob, did you hear that? You are the best at the moment. So this is The Best by Tina Turner.
You're listening to Omnium Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
Well, Jacob, that was just for you. And seeing you not been too well this last week, we're going to call you the best. And I'm not saying you're the best out of all of them, because you're equal to the rest of them as well. I've got plenty of nieces and nephews out there, and so I'd be like to treat you all equally. And so on my sister's side and my brother's, and also on my wife's side as well, we've got several nieces and nephews on that side as well. So wishing you all well. And I am going to play Chain Reaction by Diana Ross. And after that, I'm going to find some Duran Duran, just for my brother, because he's actually asked for something from Duran Duran. But first will be Tina Turner. Well, that certainly worked, didn't it? It's got my phone going absolutely crackers for a few moments. So, David, well done. Wife, well done. Richard, well done. And Paul, well done. You all messaged me immediately the second I made a mistake. But don't forget, I make one mistake every single week on purpose, just to make sure you're all listening. So, but nobody's come through on the chat forum. So Jacob, get your daddy to come up on the chat forum and you say something to me via the chat.
I sent you I sent you a message.
Yeah, you did earlier on, and they all know that. So we must make use of this chat forum.
Yeah, definitely.
So Jacob, get daddy to write something. Make sure it's nothing naughty though. That's not allowed. So I'll look forward to hearing from you shortly. I need to directly, but I'm sure a lot of my listeners will actually know what directly means. As long as they don't say cream on last, they'll be okay. And if they say the pasty was invented down in Cornwall, no it wasn't, it was Tavistock. Anyway, we won't go into that. I've just upset half of the southwest. So I love the Cornish. Many of my friends are down there in Cornwall, and
I thought the pasty was made in Devon. Oh no.
the pasty was made in Devon first.
Devon, and then it went over to Cornwall.
But at the end of it all, a pasty tastes good.
Oh, definitely with a bit of daddy sauce.
No, tomato ketchup.
All right.
Daddy's sauce. Oh, I don't want that brown muck on a pasty. That's going to spoil it, isn't it?
Or barbecue sauce.
Oh, I never tried that.
Mm.
So, but tomato sauce goes quite nice.
Yeah.
But our local party shops closed. I used to get my parties in Stevens Bakery, and they were always quite nice. Don't care if they're Cornish or Devon, but they were actually quite nice. But the best pasty I have ever tasted, I think, was it made by my mum or my nan? I will never know. One of them made a lovely pasty. It's probably my mum, and it was a really nice pasty. I know a few other people that can make good pasties as well. I've never tried yet, so I don't know if I make some pasties and bring them in next Thursday.
Oh, that would be nice.
It's not happening. I might make a cake one day. That might happen.
Yeah.
I've just heard that Jacob's gone to bed. So
Good night, Jacob.
good night, Jacob. And Danny have to play this to you tomorrow, won't he? Via the YouTube, because I do record these and they go out at 8 o'clock the following day if all goes right. But obviously sometimes things do go wrong, because it's a bit of a problem at home with my camera, because I cannot upload the video. Leave that microphone alone. Otherwise I get trace and it'll tell you off. Yeah, I can't upload directly to my mainframe computer. It's got to be uploaded to my laptop, then to a memory thingamajig, and then onto my sort of main computer. There's a little software glitch there somewhere. I've got to uninstall it and reinstall it. I'll do it one day. I'll get round to it one day. Right, so I played Chain Reaction. No, I've already had that one.
You already had
Are
Chain
you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you've had that one?
Yeah.
I could play it again, watch your phone go mad again, couldn't I? Right, a bit of Duran Duran for Richard. I'm not sure if he likes this one, but David said, that looks a good one, Hungry Like a Wolf.
You're listening to Omnium Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
And I am Mark, and this is All Sorts of Odd Socks, where we talk about anything, and I do share a few experiences of my mental health, but my mental health at the moment is on top of the world. I'm in here completely relaxed, and the day has been absolutely brilliant. And Rika, the car door is unlocked. Just had a message through on my phone to say. Right, I did ask for people to send me a message. I've had one message on the chat forum. Guess who that was from? Somebody called Davey.
Yeah, that's still
And
this.
I also had a message from the wife outside. Her, that's got to be obeyed. And she said, play it. So I have no choice. I have to play it. My brother said, don't play it. Play Iron Maiden instead. No, he didn't. He actually said, Iron Maiden, the number of the beast. I'll think about that one. So if anybody... Actually, Rich, I'll play it for you if you send me a message through the chat forum. I wonder if you can work that out. I bet you can. So we've got Ain't No Sunshine by the Lighthouse Family, especially for David. That was just for David. And let's have our little serious spot now. We've got a little serious spot. And David doesn't mind if I use him in this little bit. Right, seriously, if any of you are feeling bad as in mental health, and I urge you to go and seek some help. David did, and he's still here, and he's still firing on 3 of his 5 cylinders, but he will get better. So, David, very, very quickly, not really go into your personal stuff, but just say on how you went about getting some help. Try and tie it all in about a minute.
NHS and the support team in the NHS, they turned around and said that to go and speak to people like Victorian House or whatever at Buckwell Street, to speak to them and that.
And what was your first protocol? 111 option 2?
First protocol was obviously the 111, and then so the option 2 service. And then they said that there was people like Mind and
Samaritans.
some Samaritans that could help me. And just to let you know that I had my first sit down around my first ever sit round whenever you got everyone that's got problems or whatever.
A group session.
I had my first group session yesterday, and obviously I felt proud of myself and that we spoke and that, and you do realise, you do come away thinking a lot of people have got worse things than you, and you can all help each other by supporting each other.
Yeah, I actually went to several for my anxiety. Can't remember where I went now. Somewhere in Plymouth, and they did help. But so David, if you do feel like that again, what are you going to do?
Speak to close friends and family, and speak to Mind and all them people that are out there to support you. That nothing costs, you know.
And who were you phoning up at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I can't remember that. And see, we were talking about this earlier in Harry's show. I can't remember that. I really can't.
He phoned me up 5 o'clock one morning,
Wow.
and it might have been a mistake on his part. It doesn't recall it.
No.
So whatever it was good because you can't remember it, and so obviously it couldn't be anything bad.
No.
We were a little bit concerned. Rika said I was sleeping like a baby, so she left me. And she thought if he had phoned back twice, then it'd been a little bit different.
But apologies if I did ring.
It doesn't matter anyway, because that's why I gave you my home number.
Yeah.
There's no point phoning me on my mobile, because that goes quiet at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that's why we've still got a home number. So.
But once again, if it wasn't for you and Harry, and this show, that things wouldn't be as things are.
We might have helped, but it was you that actually got yourself out of it, because it does take it from yourself. But you can certainly lean on people like us and family and that.
But as some people say, you're not out of the neck of the woods yet. You may feel happy today, but different things might happen tomorrow.
Oh, hang on, I got a message. But that's not my wife telling me off, because she tells me off, my wife. But she's a massive help, because I know she's listening, and she's actually just outside. And as you know, I struggle going out. Dave is in here babysitting for me tonight, and I think that was Paul started that off last week. I think he said, I'm here to babysit him. I don't care for what it is. All I know is people like Paul, David and others have certainly helped me get this show together. And
it's been a wonderful show, and it's going to continue into something really, really wonderful.
How much does that cost me now? 20 quid now, is it?
You can pay me later.
Oh, dear. There's another 20 quid in mine gone. I'll be skinning it by the time I pay Harry to say good things, and Richard and my wife and Paul. Yeah. I'll be skint shortly, won't I?
But no, honestly, all laughing aside, there was nothing on this show. There was nothing on Omnium like a show like this. But as soon as a show like this came on Omnium, you've really helped.
I'll be at the door in a few minutes.
But no, honestly, thank you for everything
literally
you've done.
All I've done this show is just come in and be me, and I've actually found it quite easy. One thing, people can't shut me up when I get going. It might take a bit of time to get me going, and also when I'm behind the mic, I'm quite comfortable.
There's no way we can shut him up anyway.
Well, you could really just give me a pasty. Give me a pasty and shut me up for a few minutes. Or a nice pint of nice JO ale will go down nicely. Too.
Wow.
They sell JO downstairs.
I think so, yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
when Paul's driving, I'm gonna have a pint on the way home.
Yeah.
Don't tell the wife though.
No.
Don't tell the
No,
wife
no.
because she might not approve.
Yeah.
Right, I've been told by my brother that I've got to play a bit of what was it? Iron Maiden, whoever they were.
I made it.
We've picked The Number of the Beast, the live 1998 remastered version. So hopefully Richard will enjoy it. I must admit, I did say to Richard in your dreams about him being the best, but Richard, are you sat down? Make sure you're sitting down. Are you sat down? Right, good. Actually, Richard's a very good brother. He's he helps me, I help him. It was a bit annoying the other week. He borrowed my battery charger. I didn't get it back for 2 or 3 weeks. But it doesn't matter because the second I mentioned it, he actually brought it down same day. So no problem at all. And I need to have my solar panels sometime soon. I wonder if he'd come down and give me a hand to do that. Oh, he's afraid of heights. That's no good, is it? I have to get Jeff out and he'll give me a hand with that. I must admit, I was up on top of the roof, was it yesterday? Yesterday. I was up on the hip and it's only a bungalow. And I thought, I'm not used to this now. I have to walk up on top the roof quite easy. I think I was more afraid of going through the slates because obviously I put a bit of weight on since I was last up there. And probably about 2 or 3 kilos more.
That's the sweets in that when we go into Jana Radio.
Yeah, they do eat a lot of rubbish in there. But I've had a few chocolate bars as well. That's dairy-free ones. Right, that's enough chat. We've had a bit of our serious stuff. I try and keep the serious stuff down to 1 or 2 little sessions now. Because we're here to entertain people. If we help 1 or 2 people along the way, that's a good job done. This is just from my brother, Iron Maiden. My wife had just sent me a message saying, what is that noise? Yeah, what is that noise, Richard? It's one that Richard picked. We won't play it all the way through. We'll have another minute and we'll stick something a little bit better on. So, a few minutes for Richard. I've had enough of that. I'm playing Like a Virgin by Madonna. Well, good job that Dave wasn't in here. He'd taken a phone call. I left the mics on. So lucky I wasn't snorting or sneezing or coughing. So I've had 2 mistakes this evening. I'm allowed to have 1 more. Got 12 more minutes to run. So I wonder if I can make the 3rd one or not. So I must admit that was a lot better than Iron Maiden. That was a bit of a noise. The wife said, what's that noise? So if she said, what's that noise? And she was listening and not enjoying it, I had to turn it off. So turned it off just for you, Rika. And if you actually did like Iron Maiden, please send me a message and say, please next time play it all the way through. If there's plenty of people who want it, I will play it. So yeah, David's gone. He's only gone out to take a phone call. He may be back before we close. He may not. Well, I'm going to play a bit of Kylie Minogue. Better the Devil You Know. My brother just sent me a picture of a pint of Guinness. Does that mean he wants me to come up and drink it?
You're listening to Omnium Radio, everyday radio for everyday people.
Well, I've certainly enjoyed this evening being here. It's more like a family show, really, because I've had Richard and Rika, little Jacob as well. That's the highlight of this evening, was hearing that Jacob is 90% better. He's certainly been struggling with his breathing, all to do with his adenoids, I believe. I say I believe because I'm almost sure it was his adenoids. Poor little chap. He's certainly been through the mill this last few years. And I think Richard said that when he was in Derriford, the dog missed him like crazy. They've got a little dog, and I must admit those two get on absolutely wonderful. Well, I'm going to play Eternal Flame. I mainly play half of it because I've got one more song I would like to play before I close down. So Eternal Flame by the Bangles. And my last track of this evening, We All Need Somebody to Love. So this is Somebody to Love by Queen. Well, I certainly timed that absolutely beautifully, because if somebody was in after me, I would have been finished at 4 minutes 2, ready to go. And that's what they do here in the radio show when someone's due to come on. The one before plays a long song before they go at 5:2. And it gives the other person enough time to sort of get ready, which is all good. That's what happened this evening. Absolutely spot on. I came in at 5:2 and we changed over, and it was lovely. And I've never had a chance to hear Marcus's show before mine. And one day, after somehow record it from home, and then I can say, I actually listened to your show. I've never actually listened. And to do a show, especially people like, well, I can say people like me and David and plenty of others with, some of us got mental health issues and learning disabilities and such like, and they all do a wonderful job.
Yeah.
So to everybody
and there's
on
one...
Omnium and Jana. I butted right in there, David.
That's right. And there's one thing I would give anybody that's got mental health and some advice. If you're in a relationship, and that if you're in a relationship that is going to mess around with your mental health, and say that they love you when they there's obviously a barrier where they just want to mess your mental health up. Ignore what they have to say and get on with you, because you're important, and at the end of the day you have to deal with yourself and forget what they say.
Right, can I say what I just... Right, I've had permission just to say it. Poor David, he was absolutely on top form when he was in here. Absolutely all good. We actually say he was on top of the world, and he just had a conversation with his girlfriend, and it's knocked him right back. So we must all think of David the next few days, and hopefully, I think he'll be right. I think his medication will help him. And,
it's not knocked me back to where I have to go home and cry about it, because my medication has put me stable enough to maybe for me to bounce back and that. But if I didn't have the medication that I'm on now,
I'm actually quite pleased it actually happened either here or at home, because obviously here you can shout at me, you can cry, or you can whatever he wants to do. And just good job he seeked that help and got his medication, and
in time
hopefully he will be absolutely fine. So hopefully next week, because I need you again next week. You better
definitely I'll be back next week.
So I have to look after him, won't I?
Definitely, I'll be back.
So anyway, we're 5 minutes over.
Take care. Have a good weekend.
I'll be kicked out in a minute, and I'll be back at the same time, same place next week. And if you've missed the show, it's all been recorded, and it'll be on my YouTube channel, All Sorts of Odd Socks. Also got a Facebook page as well. That's all live, and I just do it for my own pleasure, and try and in fact I'm feeling not good, but sort of, I don't know what the feeling is really. I've actually been to sort of listen to David and help him. It's not really a good feeling, but what would you call it?
What would I call?
No, sort of, you can't really say I feel good that I've helped you over that. I haven't got a clue, but whoever's listening, you know what I'm trying to say. So, all the best of luck, David, and everybody else which is suffering at the moment.
I think might have a message coming.
I've got a message coming through, so hang on a minute. I can't close yet. Unless Trace comes in and kicks me out. But there's a message coming through. Someone's typing. Here we go. One new message. Another good show, sounding nice and clear. Well, thank you. It says Omnium Radio CIC admin. So yeah, I'm feeling, yeah, that's quite good. And I'm certainly enjoying. I expect people can actually notice in my voice that I'm sounding a lot more relaxed than I was when I first came in. I can remember my second show, my wife Rika, she said, sound a bit cheerful, really. I was just literally going through the motions. I certainly don't worry about what's happening on the deck, as you know, because sometimes I replay a track on that I've already played. But never mind. We could babble on all night, can we, David?
Yeah, we could babble on all night.
Yeah, but I don't think we should, because I'm sure people around here would like to go home.
Yeah.
And you never know, you might hear me on another place somewhere in the diary throughout the week. I will say to them I'm willing to do other slots and see what happens. It's certainly done me an awful lot of good. It's yeah, I must say thank you to Omnium Radio and everybody that's helped me get this far, because I never thought I'd be sat in town in a radio station amongst, there's quite a few people I walk through to get up here sometimes. And there's sometimes a disco going on, a place where I cannot cope with whatsoever, but that's not really bothered me too much. Right, anyway, we are going to go,
Yeah.
and I'll say a good night to everybody, and
Have a good weekend, guys.
I'll just play a bit of Robbie Williams whilst I am packing up. I won't come back again, I'll just shut it all down after we've packed up. It's a bit of Robbie Williams.